What's going on, everybody? I am the one, the only, the W-O-O-K-I-E, filling in for Dan. I think that's what we can say, right? I'm filling in for Dan, technically.
Yeah, Dan's did a lot of them.
Dan's done plenty. So I'm filling in for Dan today, and we have, what do we got going on? Pink Fraud today versus Ricardo Inferno Il. Not going to even attempt the last name.
Subdolo, I guess.
Subdolo.
It's an Italian deck, played by an American. It is an Italian deck.
It is an Italian deck.
Yeah, we've already gone through the deck list. You've seen these in round 1 and round 2. This is our first recorded match we're doing for the semifinals. So the winner of this best of 3 will advance on to the finale.
To the finale of the best Keyforge deck on Earth, right? For now.
For now. The best we've seen out of our competitive winners and out of our top, all of our power level 8 non-sealed.
Right.
Sure.
So we got Pink Fraud. We know what he does.
He goes fast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tries to win through key abduction. Has lots of trip ups, double routine job, miasma, lots of things to stop his opponent from forging.
That graft in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then we've got Ricardo. Tell us what Ricardo does, because I see the triple control of the week. It's got a lot of tools.
It's about very controlling dominance with AemberRush every turn. So a lot of control decks don't do that. This deck, first and foremost, clears the board consistently with the gateway, keeps it clear for a little bit with Life Ward, goes into the control of the week cycle and tries to close out the game that way. But more importantly, it's constantly forging Amber. It has 28 expected Amber, 16 of that's raw. Most of that expected Amber is guaranteed. It fires off really easily. It's very hard to stop it. So once it rears up and gets going, it's hard to shut it down because you're going to be minimized on your turns and your actions. So the question is whether Pink Fraud has enough speed and burst to win before Inferno can get to that control the week cycle and not get to play again. So what's your prediction here? We a lot of us did the brackets. What do you call them, Wookie? What's your call?
I did a lot. I've played against. Did I play against? I want to say I did. I want to say I've played against Fraud, and really, I think Fraud's weak spot, its Achilles heel, is making those keys cost more. Really, kind of putting them outside of their comfort zone. But I like Ricardo with the triple control of the week and that constant utter. You got the Life Ward in there. You got the charrette, the constant disruption. I just did the quick math. Both of them are at a 78% win rate. So they're almost tied, even though one's 22-4, the other's 33-10.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
The records are identical, or the win percentage is identical. So it's tough to say. Speed-wise, you got one 18, you got another one at 7.8. I'm going to go, just purely for funsies' sake, I'm going to go with Ricardo. Kind of the underdog. I'm always an underdog favorer, right? I always root for the underdog, even though I think this matchup it may be too much for Ricardo, but
I really want to pick against my bracket, but I'm going to stick with my bracket. I have Fraud in the finale. I've been right on my bracket every game except for the game that I played myself, which is a little frustrating. So I'm going to stay with my bracket and say Fraud wins this. I think it's going to be close, though. I think I'm looking at a 2-1 victory for Fraud. However, Fraud loses, I'd love to see that happen too.
It's so
played
hard
Inferno
to personally.
I played Inferno personally in a vault. I love the makeup of this deck. It does crazy things. It's really fun to play and it's fast. A lot of control decks are slow. This one is not. I expect this whole match to be fairly quick.
Yeah.
We're looking at 2 real fast decks. So, all right, let's.
Like I said, it's hard to vote against Fraud. You've seen what it does, and once you've seen it,
it's 1-2 vault tours. Ricardo Inferno is 1 as part of the triad, so that's a little bit taken away from its deck as a singular vault deck. All right, I'm giving them the go ahead, and then we're gonna kick them off. They are starting their match. Let's see who's the first player. Joe is first player on Inferno. We have Inferno.
Let's see if they did it right and we have hands revealed.
I think so.
You'd assume by now. Yeah, no, they've
yeah, okay, there we go. All right, so at the top, we've got the gateway and the control of the week. Lots of Shadows.
Yeah, and I was looking at Dunk's hand, and I'm like, he's gonna pitch that.
I
That's no bueno for
definitely
him.
keep the top hand. I would like to get the mechanic out of my hand and then dump all that shadows early. So the rest of my game, I'm playing with high end shadows because bait sucks now.
I was kind of crummy. You're gonna get 0 use out of bait and 0 use out of me.
You're going first, so if he forges any amber, you'll get 1 off of bait. So
sure.
We'll see.
But I suppose the question is, does he? I don't even remember what the question was. I had a good question.
Dunk is probably not happy with what he mulled into. I think he's forced to go shadows on his first turn, which is likely to be a dead nerve blast. Unless
the bad penny will be there, but I guess we're gonna have to wait and see.
Oh, he pitched the hand. I would have kept it.
I was gonna say, did Joe pitch the hand? I don't know. That was a debatable hand.
He's got 2 terrors in deck, so that might have been part of the calculus, right? Like I play this deck a lot. I do love starting with terror. Now Nerve Blast is live though. I've played against Fraud a lot. I know Fraud steals a lot, so I probably would have been fine with generating no Amber on turn 1. He does go Mars. That's interesting. So maybe he's thinking his deck is going to turn around fast enough to come back.
It's not looking that way, but we'll find out. I mean,
as again, like I said, this is going to be a fast matchup. So I would not, unless he draws into reverse time. That's.
I'm actually still kind of surprised that Joe mulliganed that hand. I really thought he was just going to keep and, like you said, Titan Mechanic and then dump the shadows.
Like he ended up drawing a lot of the shadows that I would have liked to pitch at the. Like he drew the bad penny. The earlier you get that in the game, the better, because you really just don't want it in your late game cycle.
I mean, he did end up mulliganing back into Miasma Bad Penny, so just going to discard it, play for the Æmber, and then get Carlo out. Which I'm not sure if Fraud has many. I think his only artifact's gone
now. I mean, Fraud has EMP Blast. But okay, so he
does get the reverse time and the library. He's got a good library.
Turn so all that Mars stuff can come back. So yes, he drew into our classic. This is Fraud. It's ridiculous hand. But lots of hands in Fraud look like that. It's either a bonkers Mars hand or a bonkers Logos hand or just a bunch of steel.
Yeah, big library. I'm assuming I don't see a world where he doesn't call Logos next turn.
Well, yeah, because you're going to play the actions, right? And then you're going to call reverse time and then be drawing back into them.
Right.
Yeah.
Jamie, is that what you're supposed to be doing?
Joe thinking here, huh?
What am I thinking about if I'm Joe right now?
This is tough because I think he wants to really go into shadows, but there's no good targets for Relentless Whisperers.
You double up on one jammer? That seems rough.
Yeah. You're not going to kill a Dodger.
He just called shadows. He has 3 shadows cards in his discard. I definitely still go shadows here, just because cycle, right? Like if you don't go shadows here, you're setting yourself up for another 3-2-1 hand.
Have a LA? No, he doesn't have a LA in his. I was thinking maybe if he's got an LA, you can't hold that Logos and try to hit the LA turn. But no.
I still go shadows here. I'd rather have 5 Logos hand than some kind of hybrid.
Yeah, but you do have the bouncing Death Quirk, so Titan Mechanic. I mean, you're killing 2 things, 2 for 2. And you leave, but what do you leave him with? There's no good shots at leaving him with it. Yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah,
That's what I nothing to leave on the board.
Yeah, see, like I like that better. Now you have 4 cards. You're going into that. You're getting through your deck a little bit faster. And here's the turn. Let's see how bonkers this is. It could potentially be insane. Plays a graft, expecting to get it back. He's going to play lab work. Oh, he's in a wormhole first. What's he get? What did no
orbital bombardment? Oh no, that's what he drew off the orbital bombardment. Did he get the?
He played the wild wormhole. Played Brain Eater, yeah, which is a little unfortunate. So now he's going to reverse time. He's going to flip his deck first and then draw. He did not draw back into any of the Logos, which is slightly unfortunate for him. But again, like the board is now full.
If this was post errata, this game is almost necessary. This game is over. If this, I'm sorry, pre errata, this game's over.
Because he would have flipped the deck.
He would have played library access, flipped the deck,
immediately flip the deck, draw all those cards. Yeah,
for
sure.
I'm surprised he didn't library access then reverse time, but I guess you've got a bunch of stuff in there you're not really interested in.
Yep. I think he was trying to do what he kind of has, is set up the following turn to be Battle Fleet.
Mm-hmm. But didn't find it.
And
now I think all
both Battle Fleets are in the discard. Yeah.
What does he got? We got Doc, who can draw him a card. We got Ganymede, who can archive
he's gonna kill three things here. He's killing Quixo, he's killing Grabber Jammer, and he's killing Ganymede. Because Joe knows what he's doing. He knows Ganymede can't stick. You cannot allow your opponent to archive Mars cards.
Mm-hmm.
So yep, you're gonna he doesn't need orbital bombardment. He's gonna blow up all the artifacts. Yep. Just plays that for Æmber. He's just generating a lot of Æmber.
Yep.
This is a solid three key.
Another
three
solid
Æmber,
turn for him. Another solid Shadows turn coming up where he's going to be able to flip.
Yeah, there are almost zero bad Shadows turns in Fraud. They all do like minor board disruption / steal every card.
Let's see what Joe's got going on.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot he can do here. He's just laying cards down. Joe hasn't seen a single control of the week, which is really weird. Hasn't seen his gateway. I mean, this actually could be really good for them though, because if that all comes out together at the end, he could steal the game if he can land enough disc creatures.
Lock him out of Mars and say no Mars for you.
Well, just whatever he like. As soon as if he can go into the gateway and control the week, or even just gateway life ward, like you could start greatly minimizing what your opponent can do. Lights Out is effective here. Wow.
Jeez. Another good Logos turn coming up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Bare minimum getting, 4 Æmber out of that, plus an archive. Plus a free card play. Hopefully, chances are you're not going to hit the Battle Fleet. Yeah. Key abduction, but hopefully not.
I mean, at this point, like, Dunk knows that Inferno does not have high-end Æmber control, and that his only win con left is control the week cycle. I mean, I would be fine if I hit anything that gives me Æmber. I don't even care if it's key abduction.
Well, because he's gonna slightly short. I'm trying to look at Joe's hand and see if he has anything that's going to stop him, and it doesn't look that way.
I mean, Joe has to go this year. He has to cycle his hand. He has to get to his control of the week. That's the only thing he can do to win the game. So you just got to play all your cards.
That's kind of unfortunate. He pops a life ward, and there's no creatures that are going to get played this turn.
Well, unless Wild Worm will hit.
Unless Wild Worm will hit something, but...
What is Gongoozle? Do you go for a card in hand, or do you kill a creature? He goes for a card in hand, which was I
think it's the right thing to do, yeah.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's a combo deck, I think you have to get the card in hand.
Yeah, like if Battle Fleet was in his hand right now, that's definitely... Yeah, but this is probably... Yeah, that's a win. He has no way to stop him.
Oh, wow. I was not even paying attention. That's key. Holy
yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
that was quick.
Like Fraud is...
I'm still thinking we're battling for first key, and Fraud's just like, nope, I have 3.
Key.
Wow.
All right, Joe is choosing to go second. Make until that happens.
All righty. Wow, that was far quicker than I thought that. I was not paying attention to Dunk's keys.
Yeah, like as I said, I love Inferno. I have chosen to play it in multiple vaults. Obviously, I didn't win any of those because I've never won a vault. But the deck is just great. It is fun to play, but Fraud is something else, man. Like, it is crazy fast.
Let's get in here and see if we can't get the first turn.
All right. Let's minimize the editing here. Like, first turn shot. Yep, good to go. All right, we're looking for...
Joe, I think, said he wanted to go first?
No, I think he said he wants to go for second. Nope, that's it.
Oh, first try. Okay, good. Oh, no!
They got another first try, but Joe
selects the wrong deck.
I know we've been doing this a lot, playing about like the new pop-up for TCO. The delay is real, guys. Like, that's why that happens. Like, the deck you click on is not the deck that pops up
sometimes.
Yeah. So
Dunk put it in casual.
yeah, I found.
I'd like to get in. Let's
Get
try
in.
again. There we go. I'm in. Yeah, I haven't had that issue, but maybe it's just something for me. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you're watching this through YouTube, our plan is for a live finals. We are going to advertise when the date is once we get that set.
Yeah,
don't
once
know
we
how
get
to
that
set
all
date
figured
yet.
out.
But yeah, we'll look forward to some viewers. And they got it. The right decks. Dunk is
Perfect.
first.
Even better.
Dunk goes first. Dunk probably keeps his hand because you don't want to see Mars early. He has no Mars in hand. He probably lands Smoko or something.
Yeah.
I don't think you save for an LA.
No.
I mean, I guess he could just go ahead and miasma. He didn't get much value in those types of cards last game. But either way, the Ganymede. That makes
Ganymede
a lot more
works.
sense.
I'm still surprised he doesn't.
If Ganymede lives, he's going to be archiving a Mars card.
Right. Still
which is
surprised he
gold.
didn't kind of go. Well, I guess the archive of the card is fine too.
He could not afford to mull that hand though. Because
No,
if he
but
draws
knowing
a
that
bunch
there's
of
two
Mars-
terrors and he likes to use those terrors in the way of 0 Ember getting 2 right off the bat. I'm surprised it wasn't a miasma right off the bat, but it works either way with how fast Fraud is. It's I guess
well,
give him
in this
2.
case, like he also knows if his Ganymede 6, he goes straight back into Logos. You archive a Mars card.
Mm-hmm.
Inferno can't do anything about your archive, so everything in your archive that's a Mars card is like A+ value.
Imperial Trader real good against Fraud. Getting a peek at the hand. Information is key.
It's gotten better now that Sanctum's a little bit better inside.
Yeah, it has, but I mean, I think information is so.
It's interesting that he went.
Really...
I guess because you have Strat, you can wait and try to get value.
I kind of thought he would automatically go Dis, but that's not the way he went. I guess he wanted to know. I don't know. Let's see. I guess he's gonna pop the Urchin here.
All right.
Goes Mars. It's still not gone back to Logos.
I definitely was expecting Logos that turn to get the archive, but we'll see.
Maybe he's holding for the LA turn?
Could be. It worked well last time, and again, if you get up Amber-wise real high against Inferno, that is a win condition that gets around.
Yep, and then I was going to say, I'm guessing he's going to go Logos here with the Bouncing Death Cork.
Ooh.
And there's the big Death hand.
This is looking real good for Joe. For Inferno's got a possible hands to do some things. Because if there's a big Logos turn here, there's a chance.
Not terribly big, but big enough. I think you can.
This is big enough to make sure that Joe knows that if he goes Logos, clears the board, kills the weak to Logos, that's almost a turn skip. He should know that.
And he held the Effervescent Principle.
He discarded the Gateway, though. And put back into Logos with the 3. I Gateway there. I clear the board.
He really discarded it? He did. Discards Gateway to Dis. I'd clear the board, play my
terror, you're killing one of them. I guess he wants Mother online to get through the chains. I guess there's a chance he would not have drawn the second Control of the Week if he Gatewayed. I'm not sure with the order of the things that were drawn, right?
Yeah, it's not going to tell us. That's kind of the bummer, but...
Yeah, but he's going to go straight back into Dis. Reap twice. Gain 2.
There's a chance he goes Logos here. I mean, he does have a real good Logos hand.
You just saw him play one card, and... I don't know. I probably go back into Dis.
I probably do as well.
Although putting the Strange Gizmo online early, he's going to put a Strange Gizmo online. He knows Wild Wormhole is real safe because Gateway was discarded.
But he discarded Strange Gizmo.
What? Joe, what are you doing? All right, Valen Alice comes back out.
That's kind of a bummer of a card, but it is what it is.
It does work sometimes for him, but
Twin
yeah,
emission bolt. Oof. I mean, I'm gonna play it. I guess I got to give him the archived card.
That's fine.
Recontrol.
I mean, it's
control the board.
As long as it's not Mars, it's.
I don't know why
but
he doesn't play Gizmo there. It's
yeah,
an Ember.
I definitely play Gizmo.
That's bizarre.
He decides not to give him an archive card. I think there's definitely logic there.
No, that was my thing. Do you give him it or do you not give him it? I probably would have just given it to it and controlled the board.
All right, so he steals a bunch and goes up big. Makes sense.
Now he's in a tough spot because, I mean, he's going to have to... Ooh.
He's going to cover up his Titan mechanic in Shadows, I bet.
Yeah.
In Miasma. Generate Amber, build big board. Relentless Whispers will kill Crixo. Bullet Eye will be down there. Bullet Eye somewhat has to be addressed.
How much Ember did he gain off that, though? Just the 2, huh? Whereas
Go in Shadows.
If he calls...
Shadows, he'd get 3 Amber. He wouldn't be in check. If he miasmas, he does not have to unflank the mechanic.
Correct.
So if he goes
Probably
Shadows,
still... well, I guess maybe you don't
he can,
want to.
He can get to check at 5 in Shadow.
How? Where's the third?
Relentless Whispers kills Quixo,
Relentless Whispers.
and then miasma is your third damage.
Yep.
So that's the call here for me.
Yeah, I think that's the right call.
There's not much value in going to disc right now.
This has 3 pips plus a reap, so that's 4. That gets you to 6.
And you're letting him forge at 5, which
right. You don't really.
You cannot do that. He's already generating Amber. He's about to start generating a lot of Amber because he has a Mars card in archive. So if he goes Battlefleet this turn, it's huge.
I think he does go Battlefleet.
Oh, he went dis.
That was my question.
So
does he go
dis? Probably worried about the Mars turn.
I think he's gonna. Is he gonna send him back? He's gonna send him back to. No, he sent him to Logos. I thought maybe he sent him back to Shadows.
Yeah. I mean,
because he gets the fight
killed,
reap.
If he killed Dodger with Terror, he could have gone to Shadows.
Well, why even kill him? Like, let him steal the 1. You're at 6. Your keys cost 5, but then you just gave up the key too.
Well, it's still a net 2 difference. So, yeah. Oh man, he let him forge at 5.
Yeah.
Now you've got this huge Mars turn. I don't know, guy.
I don't think he's gonna let him I don't think he's gonna let him. I think he's gonna go right back into dis. Go right back into dis. Control the weekend back into. Nope, we go Shadows. Never mind.
So here's
maybe he's going to play this turn that we wanted him to do last turn. I bet you he is miasming.
Yeah.
Cover up the Titan mechanic. Steal a couple.
He's gonna steal 2 because Carlo hits Skeleton Key. And then don't cover the Titan mechanic. So you will be in check at 5 after you steal 1.
And no creatures.
No creatures. Huh. So.
But it looks like
if he draws Grabber Jammer.
No, he can't play Grabber Jammer because he.
Oh, that's true.
He life warded.
Can he kill both Titan mechanics?
But he missed completely on the Battlefleet. Maybe he didn't. I didn't count.
We got the key abduction.
Yeah, but I didn't do the count for key abduction, and I didn't see it go into his hand because TCO when you get lots of cards in hand, you gotta like start getting your.
Oh, I think if did he not have Orbital Bombardment?
No, he didn't.
Okay, yeah, he needed that to happen. Yeah, so that is.
We did have a misclick here. I'm not sure.
Oh, he was supposed to sample collect. The 2 Titan mechanics.
Oh, yep.
Wow. This
we'll get it fixed.
This means he wins. Well, that's not where that guy was, but that's fine.
The mother or the Titan?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I see what's going on there. It's all fixed. But he's going to get the key there. I don't think Joe can stop him.
I don't believe so. I see a steel one in shadows.
Yep. That's it.
Yep.
That's the only steal.
Wow. That's it.
Yep.
So yeah, fraud
That's-
in 2. I was expecting
at least 2-1. Like I said, it's tough to bet against fraud. It's so tough because you see what it can do, and it seems to have answers for everything. Like no matter what you're doing, it seems to have an answer for it.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
just so
super
fast.
tough.
It's just so fast to generate. Like it goes through its deck constantly, and everything is getting amber or messing with your side of the board with like little ping damage. It doesn't do well against like huge boards that affect your key cost, which you kind of mentioned before.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't really have many Worlds Collides in this match because we didn't have that many vaults that had Worlds Collide. So
no, we just had the one. We just had the one from Justin, right?
Yeah, and it was eliminated by I think Fraud or Inferno. It was eliminated by one of these 2 decks. I think. Yeah, they're asking to join the call. So let's yeah.
Bring them on in.
All right, let's see if they'll pop up. Actually,
hi there.
What's going on?
Hey, that was fast.
That was quick. Yeah, we did the entire match in shorter time than the normally allotted time for a single game.
You're right.
Yes. Well, you're looking at 2 fast decks, so they both do what they do super fast.
Yes, they both gain a lot of amber.
Were you worried in game 2?
Yeah, I was like, I need to draw into something with the battle fleets, otherwise I'm just toast. And like locking me into Logos the 2 times with Control the Weak did slow me down significantly, but there wasn't much I could do about that.
Yeah, it was interesting when he called the Control the Weak for you back to Logos that turn when you just dumped a lot of your shadows. So that was, I think that could change the outcome of that game.
It might have. But then again, I also had, I only had Dodger on the field, so...
Yeah, well, because that turn, when he played Control the Weak, he had the Terror. He could have killed Dodger with the Terror, controlled you the Weak back into Shadows.
Yeah.
And you just played 4 Shadows cards, and all you had on the field left was the Dodger.
All you had was Dodger left.
So like, that was an interesting... Right. So what happened, Joe? What was the call with Control the Weak?
Yeah, it was wrong.
Okay. Right.
I mean, I did like do the math, and the thing is, I was still going to be like really close on the key, and he had only called Logos a couple turns ago, and he was building for a big Mars turn at that point.
Yeah, that was clear to both sides.
It was also like reaping for the extra dollar. Like I needed to figure out, but like I wasn't going to win the long game, so ultimately going for the dollar there was trying to shorten the game. And just put him in a house I knew he couldn't control off of me
because
forging for 5 off of the giant.
If he didn't gain that 1 amber there, then he wouldn't be on exactly 5 on that last key right there. So that might have changed the math.
Yeah, but you would have been less too, because he couldn't move you off because you were at 7. But you would have been at 3 amber less because that was almost a near turn skip because he knew you were holding for Mars, and you just called Shadows, and I think. Other than what was on the board, and you had Logos cards on the board that could reap for sure.
Yeah, he had 2 guys. One of them fought, and the other one did reap for 1. So he went up $1 compared to if he'd had 0 Shadows guys. If he'd drawn 0 Shadows cards, then it's clearly better for me. But the problem is if he drew Shadow cards there and he pushes me off the key, it's disastrous.
Yeah, I think I chose
it was about managing risk.
Yeah. The only other thing that Wookie and I think saw was the gizmo.
The discard of the strange gizmo, yeah.
Yeah, but if he played it, it would nuke his field.
Yeah, discarding the gizmo was clearly correct in my opinion. Like I had board advantage at that point.
Yeah, I had 2 creatures. He had 5, 2 of them very valuable.
Yeah. It's interesting. Like I just know that when I've played it some, I'm used to going after the gizmo and then going into the control the weak cycle, which the control the weaks in game 2 came up in pretty good spots. They just didn't end up having the value that they could have.
Yeah, I as soon as I looked at the list again, I remembered that what I need to go is just play value. Don't like. I did happen to set up the combo, but that was more coincidental than anything else. Because like at some point I just had the few Mars cards, but the Shadows cards were just more valuable to play at that turn. Then I got locked into Logos, and then I suddenly, all of a sudden, had a good Mars turn to go off of. It wasn't like I was specifically trying to set it up, because that's just lethal against control the weak.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a great game. Dunk, you'll move on to the finals, which will be streamed. We're not sure exactly when. We need to get our other contestant and set up a time and see what people want to see that. Wookie, any wrap up from your end?
No, you hit it all. I said that was probably, I think that's going to be the easiest edited video I've had to date. It's going to be also, I'm just looking at some of the other videos and it's like hour. This one, 31 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's with like 5 minutes of us fiddling up with the matches in the middle.
That's with a screw up in between too. So it's one of those things where, I guess it was speed and man, that game was crazy. I mean, game 1, I didn't even pay attention to I wasn't paying attention to your keys, and then all of a sudden
we were talking to him. Wookie's like, "Oh, he has 2 keys." And they're like, Fraud's like going to be 40 keys every other.
Fraud plays the game, and suddenly you notice, wait, you have 2 keys on me. When did that happen?
Well, that's basically what happened, because all of a sudden he's like, and that's game. I'm like, that's game. That's first key. Wow, that's brash to say. And I look down. Well, it has 2 keys, 7. Oops.
Well, and then with Inferno, Inferno game 1 was really weird. He never even saw control the weak until the last turn, and I was like, okay, well, this is a real bad draw for.
Yeah, Inferno needs to see control the weak to even have a chance against Fraud, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The first game draw was really bad. There was also lots of sequencing things that went wrong. I wasn't as excited to see the Terror on turn 1 as you would think, because of all the way the Shadows stuff works in Fraud. It opens up his earlier game options in order to getting full value.
I really like. I actually like my opponent Æmber early, because so often I need to just spend my Shadows cards for free with no steal just to get them off of my hand. So if my opponent gets 2 or 3 Æmber early on, I'm very happy most of the time, because I usually steal all of it.
I almost. It was the same for me, where it's a matchup where every piece of value matters, and it was like a bait and switch and a miasma and maybe another steel card. I don't remember. It might have been just the bait and switch, but it was Shadow
Bait, miasma, and you did have a steel card. It might be Nerve Blast or something, but you also had
I think it was Urchin. I think it was Urchin that you then Relentless Whispered.
You're saying what he played. I'm talking about what he mulled.
It was a bait, a miasma. I think there was a Nerve Blast in there.
Yeah, I think it was a Nerve Blast, and it was just the odds. The problem was I wasn't confident enough that there would be value that I would be able to get there. As it turned out, I think I would have been wrong. He would have gone and generated $3, and I would have been able to steal it all, but. The problem is on a Mars or Logos turn, he easily might not, and he can't play his Shadows with me having no dollars. So it puts us in this position where I have to go Shadows first, and that's not a place where you can be against Fraud.
Yeah. See that, and miasma is actually very valuable here, as we almost saw. It almost did it, but not quite.
Almost.
Yeah, that's 1 Æmber difference.
Yeah, it's interesting. It might have, as it turns out, making the Shadows call in game 2 might have changed the outcome of the game, but game 1 was just
game 1 was just a slaughter.
Yeah, it's certainly a match where either deck can high roll into victory, but Fraud is certainly advantaged by a fair margin.
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that assessment.
And that's what we saw in 2 vaults. All right. Well, if you want to shut us down, Wookie, I think that's the
wrap. Yeah, we'll take it out from here. Don't forget, we'll be making the announcement for the live, or hopefully the live finales here coming up as we kind of get everything rolling out, and we'll see you guys all next time.
See you then. Bye.
Like
Bye.